guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Gigi and I'm back with another video. But this is another serious video because I just want to tell you guys the pros and cons of staying on campus. But if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, like, share, comment, do the necessary. And if you've been here before, I love you genuinely. So this is going to be my last time on this couch because honestly it's crazy because I'm going to school today, like right now. My flight's in a couple hours, but I just decided to film this real quick. So I'm just going to get right into it. I'm just going to tell you guys the pros and cons of staying on campus, like in school hostel, from based on my experience. Because I think in my 100 and 200 level I stayed on campus, and in my 300 level I stayed off campus. So I think I can give the best view. So yeah, with the help of my friends I was able to gather all this. So we're going to start with the pros. Obviously, let's start positive. Number one is like the proximity to school and there's no traffic. Because you're on campus, quote unquote, you're like in the school building, so it's easy to like come to class, it's closer to class. And sometimes people off campus do with like hold ups, like because our school is close to Bayes University sometimes, and it's close to that, I think, bench or something, that bench law, whatever, where they do the bar stuff. So sometimes when there are like serious events like that, you tend to be held in traffic for a long time. But when you're in school hostel, you can easily like go to class, you can easily go and get food because these stuffs are in the school. So that's like one good thing, like, and I feel like it's a major good thing because yeah, like you're just easily accessible. Number two, you tend to make new friends, especially if you're new. So like for 100 levels, like when my sister was entering 100 level, I advised her to like stay in school hostel, and that was the time I was staying off campus, because you tend to like be with your friends, like you're in a group of like freshers that don't know where to be, don't know what to do. So like that way you tend to like, oh, what should we do next, or what do you think, or like you tend to make friends based on like all of you are confused type of stuff. But when you're off campus, you're kind of coming to school to meet people that stay in the same hostel, probably have slaves, probably have hostel activities together. So you kind of have like a better bonding chance when you're like on campus rather than like off campus. Number three is close to the library. Why I'll say this, why I added it here, because I kind of suffered like with my reading. Though there was a conference room in my like off campus hostel where you could go and read, it was a bit different because like it was just a little bit tasking. But in your hostel, like if you're on campus, you can just walk to the library and then come back before, oh, I'm sweating, and then come back before like the curfew time. So it was just like, it's really easy, like being in hostel and wanting to read. Like any day you want to go to library, like you can literally go. Any day you want quiet and peace, any day you want good Wi-Fi, so you can easily go to the library rather than off campus where you kind of have to like study in your rooms, on your decks. Though some on-campus people still study in their rooms, but it's just like, if we're talking about an advantage, it's easy accessibility to the library. That's number three. Number four is good for impromptu lectures. Like I talked about proximity. Some lecturers are like, okay, we haven't completed this, all of you meet me on Tuesday by 4, and then you're off campus and you've already gone home not knowing there's an impromptu lecture. Would you now start paying bills and know the whole transportation situation? So it's easy for like, oh, lecturer said we should meet him by 4, you guys, let's leave the hostel. Because you're in hostel, like it's barely a 10 minutes walk to your block anyway. So it's easy for like impromptu classes or impromptu tests. Or sometimes during my off campus I suffered stuff like on my off campus, there was like scheduled bus time, like okay, the bus leaves by 12, then 2, then 4, and most of the times like we're still contemplating, is there going to be this class by 2? So I'm like, should I stay and miss this bus that goes by 12 and wait all the way to 2, or should I just go and take the risk? Maybe there will be no class, and sometimes I'll end up going and there will be class and I'll have to come back, or I'll end up staying and wasting my time and there's no class. So it's just easy for like impromptu stuff because teachers or lecturers are so good at, oh, call all your classmates, or they'll just be like, ID number this, Mr. This is looking for you in his office. So sometimes you're just like, you know what, that's just one advantage. I don't know, I think I'm on 4 or 5 right now. Number 5 is guaranteed 247 nights. I feel like this should have even been the top. I'm saying this because I suffered in my off-campus hostel. There was light throughout, but it was mostly inverter, and you turn on gen at night. which was really hot in the afternoon, though there was like electric fan, but it was like, give me AC. Like me thinking about how all my friends like enjoying AC in the hostel just made me sad. So there's guaranteed like 247 lights, and even if the light does go, it's probably for like what, it never stays more than 5 minutes and you fix it. But even if like there's something up with the electrical system, they'll let you know that, oh okay, move to this hostel, they're going to sort it out. So that one I know that is good. Like 247 lights, and with these lights there's AC. So like, in this Abuja heat, we all deserve that. Number 6, I think, is good security. I know that there have been situations where, I don't know if you guys were in school at that time, where they were talking about, oh, somebody wants to come and attack our school, or like there were just false news of like bandits in Abuja going like ras and all this kind of stuff, and like we're just secure because like our security is like really good. You don't even have to be scared. School also assured us that we don't have to be scared about anything. So it was like a really good thing, because you're kind of like, ooh, yeah, like you're kind of like more secure, you're not scared. But if you're off campus, like off campus I stayed in, you guys, it's God that kept me alive throughout, because it was just like, somebody can actually come in here, like what are we going to do? We don't have up to like 5 securities. We should just have one security man that stands by. But like in school, there are different people, different rotation, different, like everybody communicates through their walkie-talkie, so that like you're actually more secure. Like you can walk around the school and not be scared. But I don't think, based on my experience, I could guarantee that like in my off-campus. I came up with 6, 7. On that one I wrote here was great accessibility, which also like accounts to like being in good proximity to school, and also like good for impromptu lectures, tests or exams. So that like kind of like merges together. So that's my pros. I'm just going to list them quickly. Proximity to school, you tend to make new friends, especially if you're new. But you tend to make friends easily. There's great accessibility, it's close to the library, it's good for impromptu lectures, guaranteed 247 lines, and good security. So let's move to the cons. Oh my god, I have to say this because there are lots of people struggling with hostel application. Should I stay off campus? Lots of people have also texted me like, oh my god, what campus did you stay in? Tell me which on campus do you know? And it's like, okay, so if you deserve to know the advantages of staying on campus, you also deserve to know the disadvantages. Personally, these are my experiences and those are my friends, because they helped me with this list. Number 1 is bad food. Well, that is my opinion. But when I asked my sister, do you like the food? She's like, yeah, she likes it, that she really doesn't mind. But me, I think the food is bad. Some days like there's inconsistency, sometimes the timetable will change, or like all of a sudden they've started giving you dates. Like you can sometimes go and be surprised in the cafeteria. The quality of the food is not so good. Like from my experience, it wasn't really the best. It was annoying. Sometimes like we have one cafeteria in like the female hostel building, which has like four hostels. So you can imagine how many people are coming to that one cafeteria within the period of like what, 7 to like 8 or 9 before their class. So you can imagine the line. Like there was a time I did a vlog. You guys know what's like a day in my second year of med school. Like if you see this line, it went from down the cafeteria when it's not even worth the food. Like, so that's my own. Number 2, I don't know if this one is really a con, but I decided to put it just so people are aware. We have hostel supervisors. These are people that are assigned to, maybe like a hostel supervisor could be assigned to like a floor or like 10 rooms on a floor, and basically comes to check up on you and say, oh, how are you doing? Or like because there's coffee, which brings me to my next con. So yeah, to just check, oh, are you back there by the coffee, which is like 10 p.m. and then right, or if you're going home, you tell your hostel supervisor. If you have any issue, you kind of tell your hostel supervisor, which can be a pro at the same time a con, because you check up on me. But yeah, that's like not so serious. Then 3, the coffee I was talking about. So you do have a coffee for on-campus people by 10 p.m. So you're not allowed to come later than that. If it's recorded that you came later than that, I think like 3 times you get suspended or something like that. But like there are strict hostel rules. So yeah, the coffee by 10 p.m. hostel supervisor comes to check, unless you tell them that you're going home, which I think they text your parents to say, oh, have you arrived, just to be sure, like, So yeah, that's the like it's just really like how many secondary school. That's what you know. But me, I really don't care. But I'm just stating all this stuff I noticed. Four, laundry takes too long to come out. So in like each hostel, especially one particular hostel that holds like a lot of students because it's very big, like the room of 6, room of 4, room of 5. So imagine like 10 room of 6, that's like 60 people. And in one hostel, I think there's one laundry line, or it's per each floor, but like per floor rather. But sometimes it can be really difficult because it's like you come and you see you put your laundry there, and you come back the next day, your laundry is still there. In fact, people just come and put their laundry in front of yours. For those of you that pay for laundry, so sometimes it can be difficult, especially like for us medical students. Like we need this lab coat for our exam, we need this lab coat in the next 2 days. So me, I'll just wash it from by myself. But it's just like I mean, I've paid for this stuff. Like why am I still having to wash it by myself? Type of stuff. So laundry can honestly take too long, and it's not. I don't think it's the fault of the laundry or the school. It's just more like we are so much in that floor or in that hostel that it's just, yeah, so that's 4. I think I have more cons than pros. But number 5, hostel rules are strict. So I think there's a new rule of there's no fridge in the hostel. In my time in 100 level, I even made my mom buy a fridge because fridge was allowed. Only to bring it into 100 level, and I'm hearing no fridge allowed. And then in 300 level, they made it no cooking allowed. So you can't even have noodles. And it's like these are like basic food that people need to survive. So if your food is not good as a school, or if your food is not the best as a school, but you're not allowing us cook, you're not allowing us also buy food that we can store. Like, okay, if your mom can cook stew and then you go and boil rice and be eating it, you're not allowing us to do that. So it's basically like limiting us to we have to eat your food. Do you get? So it upsets me a lot. When I found out there was no fridge, I was like, okay, you know what? They put a general fridge in like the floors of each hostel so that like people can still store their stuff. I think it was basically because of the electricity, and honestly the economy is really going down, like it's really horrible. So I don't blame them. But when it comes to food where it's like literally noodles that people survive on, you're telling us like we can't have it or we can't cook it, or like perishable food, like it was really heartbreaking. I think that was one of the reasons, that was my last straw, that's why I had to leave hostel, because who's going to buy food? So if I don't pay for school food, like am I going to feed myself breakfast, lunch and dinner? Like it really didn't make sense to me. So hostel rules are really strict, especially with the curfew. Yeah. And like also I'm going to add one here that I wrote, and like your clothes restriction. Like you can be wearing nonsense and you're passing that hostel security place and tell you go back. What are you wearing? Don't wear this. This is not allowed. So there's some people that come to uni and know that this is I'm about to, yeah, you're about to go back to your hostel and change because it's not allowed. So just be aware of this. Like just dress appropriately. You can still look good and dress appropriately, or dress however you want, like outside school. But in school, like certain stuff are not allowed. Like when you come to class, if you're just too short, you will not even enter your building. They'll just tell you from the security post, Alele, go back. So yeah, like that's part of like the hostel rules being strict. Yeah, and then 6, it can limit your social life. Because like if you're outside, you're thinking, oh Jesus, I have to get back by 10, I have to get back by 10. Sometimes boats is so expensive and you're trying to wait for a better price, and then you look at it's 9:30, I have to rush. So it's like you go out with the motive of, okay, how are we going to come back? How are we, like it kind of limits your social life if you're not even able to dress like however you want, type of stuff. I mean, I really don't care about this stuff. It's just stuff that I've noticed that could affect people, and I think there are disadvantages. Then 7, room space is small. Those some rooms are big, like the room of 6 is very big. Some hostels can be really small, especially when it's room of 5. Like you can tell that these spaces are built for like rooms of 4, but like out of not many students are getting rooms, they convert it to a room of 5. So like sometimes it can be really uncomfortable because it's like you can tell that this was not built to be a room. This was built to be a room of 2, but now you're turning it to a room of 3. This was built to be a room of 4, you're turning it to a room of 5. So like it just feels like sometimes it just feels really congested. Yeah, I added can cook or have a fridge, which I've already mentioned in the hostel rules. 10, okay, this is not 10. I kind of wrote like a lot, but I kind of compressed them into one. But then this next one says sometimes water availability is a problem. Yes, I remember like some of my friends talking about how like they couldn't. I remember some of my friends talking about how like they couldn't get water in their hostel and they had to go all the way to the next hostel to go and shower, and like this remained for like a good amount of time. So as I was saying, so like sometimes water availability is a problem. I didn't actually want to add this, but remembering that it was an issue like at one point, I was like, fair enough, like, but they corrected it too, but it was just like, why is this even a possibility? Like, why did it stay for so long? But sometimes you really can't beat the school. Like they're trying in this economy, it's bad, but yeah, I think another con that I forgot to add is that like the hostel fee is not stable. Like this year it could be this and next year it could be higher than that. Like our hostel fees have increased. Like now laundry is separated from your fee, feeding is separated from your fee, and like they're so expensive. And it's like I understand the economy is affecting the school, but think about our parents too that have like 2 3 children there. So that basically sums up my pros and cons of staying in hostel. I hope this video has been able to like help you navigate like, do I really want to stay in hostel? Do I really want to stay off campus? Do I really want to, so you can like figure out stuff quickly before you apply for hostel. Hope this video gets to you by the right time. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked it. I hope it was really helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on your post notifications so you get notified when I post a new video. And see you in my next YouTube video that I'm about to start filming now.